Alright, hello everybody. We should be live, unless I did something wrong, in which case we're not. Unlucky. Yeah, it looks like we are. Cool. That's good. Let me get ready to ping everybody, and then we can get started. So this is Skyblock 0.21.1 Alpha. So let's get started, shall we? Video, no, not video pings. It's stream pings. Stream ping. And let me link my Twitch. Skyblock 0.21.1 Alpha. Okay. Hi, hello. Hello, everybody. Get also your rewards. I want to shut off profile reviews for now. Alright, we're gonna hop in game in a minute. We're not gonna do like a patch note reading, at least not right now, because like it kind of would make no sense to do so because it's such a like self-explanatory update. I feel like you know, I feel like by doing so it wouldn't really, I don't know. I'm not really getting much out of it. The TLDR though is that this is the Experimentation table RNG update, and also there's some, you know, benefits for some of the Slayer bosses. Now you can actually get like Sangria die, for example. You can get that through here, and you can get things like Celeste die, and same thing with every other die, so keep that in mind. Also, there's this, the Experimentation table RNG meter. As you can see, I have barely any experimental RNG XP, so keep that in mind. But, you know, if you had a lot of it, and you were like, I want to get, like, Smite 7, well, there you go. Now it has a higher chance of dropping, I guess. And same for pretty much everything else. This is also technically a mining update. There's a new, I think, mob or something like that people are fishing for. Mithril Grubber, is that the new guy, or is that already around? I haven't really done much fishing here. I should probably take my own advice and look at the forum post.
I won't be reading the patch notes.
Yeah, I'm gonna not lie to myself and look at the patch notes to actually see what the hell's going on. That's my fault. I'm straight up filling it, and by it, haha, well, let's just say my RNG meter. Yeah, Mithril Grubber, I'm right. So yeah, there's a new Mithril Grubber guy. That's the little guy you can get here. This is the abandoned quarry, by the way. If you want to get here easily, best place to do so is through the Ticketmaster system. I'm also going to start recording, because that's probably a good idea. Anyway, yeah, this is Skyblock 0.21.1, or at least its release candidate. The most notable thing about it, once again, is going to be the fact that we're getting Experimentation Table RNG meter, which includes everything in the Experimentation Table. You get 10% of your XP back as a sort of rebate here, so if you want to get any of these items, you'll be able to do so through the RNG meter. There's also a benefit for the Slayers, like I was going over before. Matcha Die, for example, is now in here. Brick Red, Celeste, and then we have Byzantium. We also have Sangria, and then we have Flame Die. There's a new sea creature, the Mithril Grubber, which I saw a bunch of people catching down there. It doesn't seem to be too rare, considering that people are getting it a whole ton. And there's this new area of the Dwarven Mines called the Abandoned Quarry, which I believe has this new, like, pure quartz is what the terminology they're using for it. So if I put on, like, actual armor for this, yeah, you can mine it kind of quick, but it's not instant, which I think is notable. And you'll be able to get a bunch of quartz, I guess, if you want to do so. So that's definitely something pretty interesting. Also, look at briefing. Look at him go. Look at this guy go. Alright. Yeah. So, oh, that's interesting. Okay. I'm, like, actually reading some of these things. So they added some things to like the loot pool, and they moved things around a little bit, which is fine. I also did a bit of a pest patch in the garden. Notably, they added a few things to Pest Hunter's wares, so I want to go check that out at the garden. And then we'll go continue to discuss these sorts of new updates and things going on today. That's right here, yeah. So apparently there were a few items. Are these items new? Maybe they are. Pest Hunter's belt, cloak, and necklace. I imagine, are those things that existed in the past? Or am I going crazy, guys? Because it says they were added. So I'm gonna go with they were probably added. Yeah, I'll post the changes. Hold on, I'll post this on Twitch as well. There you go. Those are now pinned. So yeah. Mithril Grubber, I can tell you what it drops. Hold on. Hold on. Give me one moment. I'll do this real quick. No, I don't want to do that. I want window capture. Okay. Is that... Yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah. Here's the patch notes. I'm not going to go over everything because most of this, like, I covered this. I covered, like, half of this other stuff here. Yeah, there's some quality of life stuff that they added here. There's also a search bar now in the RNG meters. That's pretty cool. Abandoned Quarry, yeah. Pure Ore, I already covered that. New Sea Creature Mithril Grubber. When killed, drops varying amounts of mithril powder depending on whether the grubber was small, medium, large, or bloated. There's a new Abaphone contact for Brynmore. You have to bring him the Speckled Teacup, an item fished up as a treasure in the Abandoned Quarry. Okay, that's fine. And new NPCs also have been added to the Abandoned Quarry and the Dwarven Tavern. The new items have been added to Pest Hunter's Wares. Whatever. They added NPC sell prices to certain things. Whatever. Release all to Pest Traps. That's pretty cool. You know, dung dyes drop from field mice have been buffed a little bit. Field mice now also give more crop drops. Pretty cool. The additive cooldown instead of multiplicative, they also shifted around some numbers. So pest spawn cooldown will be a little bit different. Now it looks like this pretty much for a total of 65% reduction. Yeah, nothing too crazy. They fixed the trophy fishing chance bug that was going on for a while, like where you weren't able to trophy fish if you were like below fishing 27 or whatever. That's fixed. They reworked habanero tactics. Okay, I gotta go see what that looks like because that could potentially be good. And they buffed the radioactive vials drop chance by a little bit. It's actually pretty significant. It's almost doubling its drop rate, so that's pretty cool. Hold on, let me get out of this and then back in game. I want to see what Hab Tactics looks like now. Oh my god, Granishal, thank you so much for the 50. Skyblock in the big 25. I know, this is what it's looking like right now. Yeah, I can check Jade RNG meter. What's Jade? Which one's Jade?
I'm right here.
Okay, I know you're Jade, but like which one's the Jade dye RNG meter? What? Yeah, I can check it. It's right here, as you can see. So it's in here as well. I guess if it wasn't before. My bad. Yeah, I gotta go see the Hab Tactics stuff. I want to see that. So what does it do now? Nothing, apparently. Never mind, I lied. Alright. That still looks like ass. Like, that still looks like ass. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be so real. This looks ass. You deal more damage with Slayer weapons. Wow. Big whoop. I mean, this if they reworked it, this is the reworking. Also, Granishal, thank you so much for being a member for 20 months. I don't know if that's different. Maybe it's bugged out because it's on the bazaar and on like my inventory or whatever. So we'll go see.
Let me know if I'm being too loud.
You're not being too loud. I can't even hear you.
All right, cool.
Guys, is Jade being too loud? Also, look out for a potential Jade upload, guys. She might upload something.
I'm gonna upload later.
Okay, they give us absolutely nothing here. Awesome. Let's go. That's crazy. 15% more damage. I'm assuming it's additive, right? If it's multiplicative, that could be pretty strong, right? Don't get me wrong. If it's not multiplicative, that's not good. Like, you might as well just use Chimera at that point. Chimera would be objectively better. It's the same as live. It's a little... I thought it was different than live. It might be a little stronger. Oh, yeah, there's a new... Hold on. I used this in the thumbnail, and I didn't actually show it off yet. That's on me. Hold on, give me a minute. There we go. So you can get this item, the Terra Shell Necklace. It's going to be pretty cheap, all things considered. This thing's going to be like about 1,000,000 coins. But when you're using it, you no longer catch trophy fish while wearing the necklace. Isn't that cool? Ain't that pretty cool? Ain't that pretty neat?
Why would you not want to catch trophy fish?
If you're trying to sea creature fish, if you're trying to do anything else, you know, it's pretty strong. Pretty strong for you.
I see.
So that's pretty cool. New NPC also. This guy's... Oh, he's vibrant. When the calling of riches gets louder, is he gonna just keep going? And you hunger for mithril powder. Go talk to the station master. Take your rod to the quarry and caster. Fish up rubbers by the 10. And kill him again and again. What a wonderful little singing going on. Yeah, this is pretty good. To the abandoned quarry you go. Alright, fair enough. Very, very silly. Is he gonna keep going? Is he gonna keep yapping? He's got a lot to say, guys.
He's still yapping?
Yeah. Yeah, he's done now. Anyway, this guy, I need to eventually get his Abaphone contact. Whatever, I'm gonna go do that real quick. Yeah, if you want to access this place, you just go here, and then you click on Abandoned Quarry. And then, boop. And then, there you go. Pin that. Also, I want to pin the... Hold on. Patch notes. Oh, wait, yeah. I guess that, yeah, it is armor enchant, so that's my fault. That would still be better, but I don't know if it's really that good, is my problem with it. You know, I feel like it could be pretty strong, all things considered, but I don't know. It doesn't really feel like it's going to be the strongest thing in the world. I still don't believe that it'll be incredibly powerful, all things considered. Your armor itself will probably matter more, as well as the actual weapons you're using, of course. Yeah, Legion also. Like, I don't know. With Legion being in the game and Legion being as good as it is, I don't see it being game-changing. Exactly. I just don't... I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe after, like, some testing, you know, people will find that it makes the weapons just way, way stronger. If it's an additive buff, though, it's not going to be as much as people think. Like, I don't know. It's not going to be that crazy. Which I guess is, like, fine if they don't want it to be super crazy, but... That's just my view on it. What's new on Alpha? Kind of a bunch of things, really. I want to actually get a shredder out here so I can actually fish. But it's going to be a little annoying. Please. Thank you. Yeah, even if it's 60%, I think people underestimate how little additive buffs matter in the long term. Like... That equivalent buff of 60% additive is just like a couple hundred strength or a couple hundred crit damage equivalent, you know, and Legion is a multiplicative buff. So I still don't think it'll be better. It could be in some niche cases definitely useful, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to be game changing. It's stronger, don't get me wrong. It's definitely not terrible anymore. I don't think people will say that it's abysmal, but yeah. I just don't think it'll be crazy. Yeah, the Magma Lord change is great for Kudra. Really good stuff for Kudra. Awesome. 2 raw fish, incredible. Wow, they actually give a decent amount of mithril powder. 4,200 right there. I want to screenshot that. Yeah, this is definitely pretty interesting. No, there's no memento item from this alpha. It'll probably be released, if I had to guess, next Tuesday. Like, I don't see a world in which this update doesn't get released next Tuesday.
It won't.
Why?
Wait for the week after.
Why? Why are you...
When do they ever actually release it the next week?
Most of the time. Like, when it's nothing major, it's usually the next week. I don't see a reason why they would need more testing for an alpha like this. I mean, everything here seems pretty, like, cut and dry and set in stone and nothing too game-changing. Good changes, don't get me wrong, but, you know, that's just the situation we're in. Yeah, Ember Armor will still work in Kudra, don't worry. It's just Magma Lord might also work. What's the ore in this new area? It is the pure, like, quartz or whatever. The pure mithril quartz or whatever it's called. I don't even know what the word is. Does Daedalus Axe not work in Garden anymore? I fear probably not, because Daedalus Axe is considered a sword, and they wrote it so that swords can't break crops anymore in the Garden. I have to actually warp out and show you, but I would have to actually get out of this lobby first, so give me a moment. Hold on, let me go and see if I can show you. How much XP for a tier 7? It's seemingly around 500,000. I'll have a video up about this shortly, by the way, guys. I'll probably make the video live on stream, if I had to guess. we'll just cover everything and go over everything in detail. Yeah, let me see if you can use, like... Yeah, you can't use it. See? You can't use Daedalus Axe. This is really what that was for, it seems like. Daedalus Axe does not work. It counts as a sword, which makes sense. It is a sword. You can't use it. Yeah, Mithril grinding might be significantly better now. I mean, some of the little grubbers were dropping thousands of Mithril powder each, so... Fishing might be the way. So that might be pretty cool. Yeah. I think that makes sense. It's not additive versus multiplicative. It's when the buff applies, whether it's before all the stats or after. It's always going to be multiplicative. It's the difference of... That's not... No. Like, yeah, like, that is, like, technically how that works, but it does matter whether it's counted as a multiplicative buff or a... Okay, I'm gonna pull up the wiki, and I'm gonna show you why that's the case and why that matters. So if you type in damage on the wiki, it shows you... right here, I'm going to load this up for you. The reason why that matters is this gonna... It probably won't work because... Yeah, I messed that up. Oops. There we go. Alright. The reason why this matters is because you can see there's an additive multiplier and a multiplicative multiplier, and they are separated, right? So if you have 60% on that additive multiplier, it's actually going to be counted as 0.6. And that's not a very huge thing when you're considering these other numbers here, especially things like base damage, especially things like strength, etc. But the multiplicative multipliers all multiply together. Like, that's what it says right here. If you look at multiplicative multipliers, you can see, you know, if I have 1.1 times 2, I get 2.2, and all of those multiply together once again. So that's why Legion tends to be stronger, because it does lead to more damage. If you're looking at that 60% damage buff that you're getting from, you know, Habanero, if it's additive, it's only going to be counted as 0.6 from here. Do you understand what I mean? That's why it matters. It doesn't matter whether it's applied before or after. That's not how this calculation works. I, like, just made a video on this. So no, that's not how that works. It does matter a lot. So that's why that's important. I hope you're able to understand that. Yeah, I can show you Habanero, but I don't know if it's going to be very good because I don't know what it applies to. But I think, based on the fact that it says 15% damage like this, those are usually counted as additive buffs. And because it's an additive buff, I don't think it'll be as strong as something like Legion on armor, which is very, very powerful. Legion is great right now. Legion is so good. Because it flat increases your stats, which is just more important. Show off the new RNG meter? I mean, yeah, sure. See, most things that are tier 7 are at 500,000 for the experimental XP that you need. And then for some of the tier 6s are like 150. I mean, yeah, of course Legion is good if people are near you. That's like the whole point of Legion. Like, I don't know. My sword is good when I swing it. That doesn't really mean anything to me. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, that's the whole point of Legion. Yeah, I could show the RNG meter for revs to show you to die. There it is. As you can see, quite a bit. I could show also the amount of XP I get for the experimentation table, because I haven't done it yet today. Freya actually can actually do it. I might need to get something from the hub real quick. Yeah, 75 million is a lot. Actually, I could just do slash since already. Okay. Let's go see what this looks like now. Tier 7 books are 500k XP each, so we'll see how much we get from this in terms of XP. It might not be a lot. 500k XP. But it's not counted the same as enchanting XP. It's different. It's 500k experiment XP. Lord knows how much that actually is. So keep that in mind. It works a lot differently, guys. It's not just experimental XP is not the same thing. Listen, I'll be able to show you in like literally a minute. Let me get to round 10 here. And then I'll get to round 6 on the other thing. And then I'll show you. It'll be fine. Trust. Dataless axe change kills past farming. You weren't supposed to be able to use a dataless axe. Come on. You guys are like, oh my god. What? I can't bug abuse forever? What? I can't use a bug forever? And I have to actually play the game? No. Like, I don't know, man. And I'm saying that as someone who doesn't really love, you know, pest farming. I'm going to be so honest with you.
What did Daedalus Axe even help with?
It was the way the axe is set up. What it actually does allows you to copy the stats and all that, so you're able to get more and more farming fortune, I believe, is what people were using it for. Unless I'm wrong about that. Maybe it was used for something else, but that would be the logical way I would think you would use it. Past chance, yeah. I don't know. I think that that's so, like, of course you're not supposed to be able to use that. It's not for crops.
Not everything has to be optimized all the time.
It's not even a matter of optimization, you know. It's a matter of they didn't want people to do that. Because it's not an item for, you know, crops. And they want to make changes to the garden soon anyway. This is probably in preparation for those changes. And those changes will probably make, you know, farming in general a lot better, we can hope. Anyway. Alright, so I want to look at, let me do this, and then, so I have right now 17,940 XP. I do this now, 26. Let's see if I can actually do anything good here. I want to actually get as much enchanting XP as possible. So, we'll just keep on going through this. Alright. Get that. Alright, that was about as good as I can get. Actually, no, there we go. We got another one, too. Awesome. Alright, as you can see, pretty much all of it was just XP here. So keep that in mind. Alright, the rewards were 911,000 XP. And if I go back to my RNG meter, now I have 19,258. So, is it what? That seems like it's 1,000,000 is 2,000 XP. 1,000,000 enchantment XP is equivalent to about 2,000 experimental XP, which I guess by that logic means it would take you a while to get something like this. Although, keep in mind, if you wanted to get one of these, you'd be able to, like, you know, set your RNG meter to drop it, and then you get a higher chance. So now it's at 2.5, you know, %, which I guess is a little better. Alright, that section for the video is recorded. Awesome. Not that bad. Not that bad.
Oh, I didn't know you were recording. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That doesn't really matter. Yeah, Brook Red, same thing. 75 million, 75 million. Are these lower? Nope, 75 million still. And this one's 750,000, so that one's a little more obtainable, I feel like. And that's 75 million, of course. Is Celeste die doable? I don't think the dies are meant to be really doable for the average player. Yeah, you can do it a couple times a day. I don't think it'll be too bad. It'll take you a little while, sure, but I don't know. I think that's reasonable. Hover over the RNG at experiments. It should say at the top. No, it doesn't actually say. No. Check M7 and M5 to see. Okay, yeah. That is 4.1 million, and this one is 97,000. That feels really low. That feels kind of low, considering it's, like, equivalent to Shadow Fury, but I guess that's fine. 97k, guh. Yeah, that's easy. I would raise that one, personally. That feels way too low. What's my enchanting XP for reference? Good point. It is 180 million. So you get 10% of it back. that makes sense with my, 1 million is about, well, I guess it would be like 1 million is about 1,000. Whatever. It's all funky at the moment. I don't know what to tell you, really. I guess that's overflow, so. I don't know. You get a percentage of it back. I think you get 10%. So, yeah. Check quarry? Yeah, I've already been to the quarry a few times. I don't know. The new NPCs? Yeah, I'll go talk to them. Talk to her? Like the podcast? Wah. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I drank a full Oreo slush earlier because I was like, man, I didn't really eat a ton today. Jade made me amazing food in the morning, by the way. Jade's the best when it comes to making food. She's incredible. But I didn't have lunch. So I was like, guys, don't worry. I'll be able to not have to eat a meal if I just get this really sugary, terrible for you drink.
Yeah, I actually don't know about that.
And then I did that, and now I just have a sugar rush. So, excuse me if I'm a little hyper at the moment, but it's alright. Whatever. Yeah, fair enough.
He yapping.
Yeah, he's yapping.
Big yapper.
They should give Jade YouTube rank. She technically has made one thumbnail for me before, guys. I'm in
a lot of your videos.
And you're in a lot of the videos. Stream. If they're giving Hellcastle and Furry E-Boy, if they're giving both of them, the rank, they should give, both of us the rank. I think, personally.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't think there's an entry requirement, by the way, to get to the quarry here. And you can get to it, I think, by just following the railroad tracks, can't you? Yeah. You just follow the railroads down from, the upper mines. So, that's not too bad. Yeah, you can just drop in. That's cool. Quarry's pretty cool.
Maybe I'll just fill out an application for YouTube rank.
True. True. You just gotta be like, guys, I know I technically have 3K, but I'm on this guy's channel a lot. We make all of our content together. Trust me. Trust. Can you check table RNG? That was 5 minutes ago in the stream. Are you able to go back in the stream? I did a full demonstration of everything. So true. Why is he in a mining island? Surely not mining V8. Clueless. Looks into the camera. Welcome to mining V8, baby. The quarry should be accessible. Is it from Far Reserve? I don't know, Lilac. I'll get back to you on that. From here, maybe? This area looks interesting. Actually, this area looks like a good place to mine, unironically. This specific area, ooh, that's good. I don't know if that was there before. Probably not. This is, yeah, Far Reserve. So you go through here, and it comes out through this area, and then you can go around here. And there you go. Now you're by the Ticketmaster again. You can also go through another area, Lilac. You can go around this way, and then you can also access it from the upper mines, as you can see right here. So there are two built-in connections to the place. Basically, the location of this place is right behind this wall. Behind this gate. So that's what that gate is. I was hoping it was going to be a boss. I remember back in 2020, I was like, guys, trust me. There's going to be something super important behind this, boss, or this door right here. It's going to be, a world boss or something. I had the same thing said about, the ice wall. I was like, guys, there's going to be, ice giants behind there. Trust.
Okay, but the ice wall did end up being important.
Yeah, but it ended up being the Glaciite Tunnel. It's not, a world boss.
Okay, well.
That was what I was all about, guys. I was like, guys, it'll happen. Trust. So, yeah, that's what that door is for. I want to see, the server's laggy enough to where I'm not wanting to do this, but I guess I'll just test it anyway. So whatever. Mithril fish boss, so true. OMG turtle. Yeah, I know, look at the little guys down there.
They're cute. Silly little guy.
Yeah, this is the abandoned quarry. What am I listening to? Okay, you know what? Fair enough. Nice set. Whatever, man.
Rainy 75 is the keyboard, right?
Yeah, Rainy 75. I'm addicted to mechanical keyboards. Yes, I have one. Jade has one too now. She got the pink one. It's so cute.
Yeah.
The white ores are quartz, guys. They are quartz. Whole lot of nothing right now, man. Very sad about this. There is one new fishing sea creature. It is a grubber. He has little mithril powder amounts. Not actually a small amount of mithril powder, jokes aside, though. It's like 4,000.
Grubber.
And he comes in 4 different sizes, so, yeah. This RNG meter and pests, there was some updates and changes too, but I know the least about that sort of thing, so. Oh, look, I got a grubber. So here's a small.
Oh.
Hold on, I kind of want to. Alright, so, well, someone killed it. How much did I get? How much powder did I get? Probably not a lot, because I feel like I had 27,000 before. 28. Whoever killed it, why? Oh, 128. Okay, so that was pretty small. From the small one.
I want to see a big old grubber.
One of them gave 4,000. I imagine that was one of the larger ones, right? Like, I imagine that was either the large or the bloated one. Because they come in 4 different sizes, you know, small, medium, large, bloated. Look, there's a medium one? Yeah. As you can see by it going. By the way, the servers are doing absolutely brilliantly right now. I'm, like, so impressed by them. Just incredible. Here, let me kill this man. Yeah, I got 431 from a medium. So, you know what? Fair enough, I guess. 431. And there's no loot share on powder. That's crazy. That's pretty funny. Yeah, that's pretty interesting right there. I got pinged somewhere. Okay, it's not in the Discord that matters. Awesome. Yeah. Use Ammonite Pet? Nope, not gonna. I would never use Ammonite Pet. I need that speed. Ammonite doubles your speed underground. Nope, not true. Lies. Lies and slander, Lilac. Dyes are an RNG meter now, yes. Alright, I kind of want to start recording for the update video. I already did, like, a demonstration of how the enchantment, like, RNG meter stuff works, but I'm going to have to, like, go through everything else. So much stuff to do. Yeah, I can show off the new hab tactics. I'm probably going to go through everything and then do a video live. I love doing these live videos that I make. It's so fun to do this. Yeah, new hab tactics doesn't actually seem to be good. Well, let me actually do Bazaar. Okay, awesome. Server's too laggy to use Bazaar, so I can't even show you anything. I'm sorry. Aurelius, when he has to do his job, so true. So true, man. I just want to grill. I should just be grilling. I prepared for this update. Well, you prepared for an enchantment that probably is going to be worse than Legion 5. I'm going to be honest with you. It'll probably be worse than Legion 5. And you need to have smoldering polarization for it. And that's annoying, so. Yeah, I can't imagine anyone's going to put it on their armor. Like, I don't see a reason why someone would want to do that. I don't think it's gonna make that significant of a difference. It's also from the perspective of a player who's like, does it really matter? Even the 60% bonus damage. Like, you're missing out on a bunch of stats, first of all, because of Legion lacking, like, not being there. But also, even if you're getting that, like, good amount of, you know, damage bonus, aren't bosses, like, already maximized as much as they could be? Like, for the most part? Like, are you really going to be able to get more time out of Blaze Slayer? You could already, like, one-shot the mini-bosses. Yeah, they changed Magma Lord and made that a little bit better, which I think is really cool. Yeah. Pests got changed around. I don't know about nerfed, but they made some changes to it. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, a player who is able to get Hab Tactics doesn't care about damage or healing and cares more about Magic Find. So why is it flipped on its head? Exactly. That's my thought process for it, is what they should have turned Hab Tactics into is a damage reduction, but you get a ton of Magic Find at the same time. So that's the trade-off there, right? You know, you make the bosses a little slower, but you're able to make your Magic Find significantly higher. And that's like the bit. But no, that's not what it is. Yeah, it could have been like minus 10% damage per, thing at tier 5 per your Slayer weapons, but plus 5% Magic Find or something stupid if you have Smoldering Polarization active and only on bosses, like Slayer bosses. That would have been way cooler, I think, and more people would have used something like that. But players don't need more damage on their Slayer weapons if you're gonna get Hab Tactics. Like, people already do like 1 trillion damage a hit. Like, who needs that? I listen, I would love to show Hab Tactics. I would love to. Kinda can't. Server's lagging. I would love to. Maybe, is there like a recipe for it? Can I do that? Will that work? Yes, it will, actually. Anyway, here we go. At tier 5, it's 7.5 and 15. And, like, I think it's the same amount of combat wisdom, too. But, yeah. Legion's just so strong. I don't see this thing getting any use. I'm sorry. It's kind of ass, I fear. It didn't have combat wisdom before. That doesn't matter. We already get 1 billion combat wisdom. Is that, like, what's that gonna do? Push you to get, like, a boss 1 click faster? People are still gonna prefer Legion. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's OP. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be better. I use Habanero Tactics. OP. I don't think it's gonna be OP. I think this thing's gonna be mid, I fear. I mean, I would love to try it. Can I, like, try it out on anything? Or, like, if I go Centauri, does he sell it or have it? No, he doesn't even have it. Okay, so that's awesome. What Skyblock XP does this have? A new bestiary, at least. And a couple new items in the museum, from my understanding. So, yeah. That's added in terms of Skyblock XP. Hey, A-Punch. He's, like, in the game. Yeah, I don't see the gain, in my opinion. And a new Abaphone contact. Yep, you're right. Sorry if that was loud. My bad. Yeah, I don't know if... Okay, so here's my opinion on Hab Tactics, right? Even if it's better for damage, I don't think that even matters much. Like, I'm gonna be so honest with you. I don't care, even, if it's a little faster, a little better. Because people have already maximized the hell out of Blaze Slayer. Like, how much faster can you reasonably get? And then you also have to balance that armor now being effectively useless for other activities. Because now you have to have Smoldering Polarization on for everything. You know? Like, I just don't see the usefulness in this, I guess. Like, I don't know. Even if I get, like, a slightly bigger number of damage, which, by the way, I don't think that this is going to be that big of a deal for damage at all. Because of how strong Legion is. It'll maybe be a 5 or 10% additive buff at best. But, like, is that worth it? I don't think so. And I don't think it's really going to change Slayer bosses that much. Especially not Blaze. I think maybe Blaze gets a click faster. Wow. Big whoop. Blaze is a click faster and you spent, like, a ton more money on it. Like, I don't know. Your 153 million enchanting XP won't turn into 15.3 million. It's lower than that. It'll actually be like, I don't know. I have, okay, let me for reference sake, I have 180 million and I got like 17,000 XP in the new system. So you'll get like 150 or 15,000. It's 10% of it divided by 1,000, yeah. So that's what that means, pretty much. 10% of your current enchantment number divided by 1,000, yeah. Yeah, so true. You're saving money on real life. Yeah, I just don't think that Hab Tactics is going to be very useful. I would love to see it get changed. I think what you do to fix Hab Tactics, what you do here is you drop the gimmick with polarized smolarization or smoldering polarization or whatever it's called. You drop that gimmick entirely because it's stupid. You make it so that Hab Tactics lowers your damage or something like that a little bit, but gives you a ton of magic find. That's what you do. That's the only way I see this thing actually getting some use by players. Yeah, I can show the RNG. The worst usernames you'll ever see in your life. There's an admin in this lobby. Oh, well, he's gone now. That's curious. Admin leaves the lobby, and this guy joins. Incredible. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It won't be useful to people who grind Blaze without max setup. Because if you don't have a max setup, I still recommend Legion. Because Legion increases most of your stats anyway. I still recommend Legion over that. I don't think that it's better than Legion for, newer players. The only group that I can really see this benefiting is, like, people who are truly maximizing it as much as possible. You want to make everything OP, more magic find? I'm talking about lowering the damage that it would give you. I don't think magic find is related to things that are OP at all. What's even OP in terms of drops from Blaze? What, you're going to get another Sub-Zero? Like, I don't know. That means nothing to me. I don't know. Like, it would only be useful on Slayer bosses, is my point. Yeah, gambling dices. Wow. Really breaking the economy there. I don't think that has anything to do with OP at all. Cookie Cutter Legion? Then delete it, honestly. If you're just going to make it into a cookie cutter version of Legion, then why even use it at that point? Just delete the damn thing. Refund everyone who has it and give them the equivalent money back, and that's it. Like, if you want to make a cool enchant, I'm down with that. But it has to be interesting, and I don't think this is. I think this is effectively a worse version of Legion that requires you to do something mildly annoying every hour. Yeah, they killed Daedalus. Good night, Daedalus Axe. Yeah. I don't know. That's just my view of it. I wish I could go to my island. I'm just, like, not able to at the moment. Oh, never mind. Oh, wow, it literally stacks. So true! You're right, it stacks. I just have to do it, like, every, I don't know. How often does it need to be reset for? Every day? Like, I don't know, man. That's still nothing. That means nothing to me. Yeah, you can't break crops with swords, and Daedalus Axis kind of as a sword. Can't use it in the garden anymore at all. Cannot use it there. Worthless item now. So true. Gotta delete my Chimera Daedalus Axe now. It's just completely worthless. Yeah, they made it so you can't use it in the garden anymore. Why would they do that? Because people were using it in the garden and it's a sword. Like, that's the whole point. You don't want people to be able to do that. It's silly. Void and catch it. Oh, yeah. True. Yeah, as you can see, if I go over here. There is a release option. Yeah, as you can see. But I can't do it because there's a billion pests on my garden. Yeah, 20 combat wisdom for like 200 mil, and you're losing out on Legion. Huge. Absolutely huge. I think the combat wisdom is the most acceptable part of the damn thing. But, like, I don't know. I don't think that that's better than Legion. I wouldn't switch, personally. Maybe people who are, like, combat fiends would absolutely go crazy for it, but, yeah. Yeah, and minus 60 magic find if you forget smoldering. True. Truth nuke. Yeah, I don't know. It's better for ghosts. So true. Yeah, it was like 300 more fortune. Exactly. And it was also pest, like, chance or whatever it is. This update's pretty cool. I think the update is pretty good. I'll probably work on a video for it in a little bit. But I think this update generally is fine. Like, I have no problems with it. I think that everything about it is good. And I think that they need to still soul search for what they want Hab Tactics to be. Because I don't think this is super interesting for most people. If you want it to be the combat wisdom item, go for it. Like, lock in on it, you know? Make the combat wisdom, like, scale or something. The more kills in a row you get or something stupid, I don't know. But, like, I don't know, make Hab Tactics like a flow state kind of item, but for combat wisdom. Where the more bosses, Slayer bosses you kill in like a 5-minute or 10-minute span, whatever, you get more and more combat wisdom until you're in like this peak flow state where it's so quick to summon bosses. You know, that'd be cool. But this gimmick where they're trying to go for, you know, smoldering polarization, and it gives you damage on your Slayer weapons, like, I don't know, you know, doesn't excite me. But, like, if you turn it into a flow state, but for Slayer weapons, that'd be cool. People would like that. I could absolutely see that getting some use by people, even if they're losing out on some of the damage. I think Frozen Blaze would be more OP. Not really. I don't think that Frozen Blaze would change because of this update. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I think they should do, though. They should turn it into an equivalent for Flow State, but for Combat Wisdom. Yeah, they should have turned it into... They should have wrote EXP divided by 10,000 instead of 10% of your XP divided by 1,000. That kind of seems redundant, you know? It's a little extra. If they made it an all normal enchant... you see, then it'd be strong for a normal enchant. I could see potential in that idea. You know, if you wanted to go for that. But at the same time, I still don't like the gimmick. I don't know. I don't have words for that, really. I don't really have an idea. Yeah, double odds for Vile. Great, by the way. I love that change. I love the quarry. I love all of this, you know, other stuff that they're doing. I love it. So that stuff's awesome. Radioactive Vile is like double in terms of its rates. It's really good. Excuse me. Zach is crying tears of joy as we speak right now. True. Hi, Jade. What's up?
And Vid is just crying.
Vid is just crying. True. That's also true. Look at all of them. Look at all those guys go. What is that guy doing? It's crazy. I thought it like zooms in all differently. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, there's a new sea creature down here. It's a mithril grubber. He gives you mithril. I don't know. Not a lot of mithril, all things considered, just like a small amount of it. I'm gonna steal some of your drink.
Go ahead, that's fine.
Yippee.
I can appreciate the admins and the workers and the developers for all of the wonderful names.
Mm-hmm.
I love the grubber.
I love the grubber. I'm being fished right now.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I probably can check the drops. You're so right.
Don't be fished, Chris. Don't give them your credit card information.
I'm being fished. Ah.
No.
Yeah, it just says it gives you mithril powder. Test quartz rates. I mean, it's probably similar to everything else. But I also can't right now because someone killed all the quartz. So, unlucky. Yeah, unlucky on that end. Has a bestiary? Probably. Let's go fishing, and that'll probably be in regular fishing. And that's a grubber. There we go. Yeah. Wow, actually it's less than I thought. 50 to 250 for the smallest one. Medium is 250 to 500. Large is 500 to 1,000. And the bloated one is 1,000 to 5,000. That is not a lot, actually. These lower ones should be bumped up a little bit. The upper one's fine, I think. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of whatever, I guess. Sangria dye is 750,000, yeah. That's the requirement. That is the requirement. All right. I'll probably start recording here in a minute, I think. But I don't know. I think this update's good. I don't really have any problems with this. I think for Habanero Tactics specifically, there are things that they can do to make it a little bit better. But what am I going to do? You know, am I going to sit here and whine and complain about Hab Tactics not being amazing? No, I don't really care. Like, even if it were better or good, I probably still wouldn't use it, because I think Legion is just all around better. So, yeah. I think I'll stay on the stream, and I'll, like, let you guys sit here. Do you guys like it when I record while everyone's just in chat, just hanging out? Do you guys like doing that? You know, do you guys like when I chill out here and while you're able to record? Or while I'm recording and, you know, you guys just sit and watch? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Raffle is back. Raffle will be back next month. Early next month. But I imagine this update's going to drop, like, next Tuesday. You know, this isn't huge. Doesn't seem super broken. It doesn't have any game-changing features. It's just a solid update. And that's kind of fine. I don't know. I don't really have a problem with it. How many kills and tiers to the new bestiary? Good question. Let's go look. It is 300 you need. That's not that many. It's going to be fine. Cap that tier time. That's really reasonable, actually. I got 2 in less than 10 minutes. Not even. So, probably less than 5. Less than 3. So, it'll be a couple hours at most. Not a big deal. Yeah, I saw the lava immunity effect of Ember Armor has been added to Magma Lord. See, I don't know how I'm going to structure this video. I think part of me is like, yeah, I should do it where I'm in game for most of it, and I'll just, like, use the patch notes as a reference. Other half of me is like, most of the patch notes are really useful here for, like, discerning what's going on, and being in game doesn't really give you any tangible benefit, but I don't know. I'll probably just be in game for most of it. What armor am I using? I'm using garbage. I don't know. Trash. Abysmal gear. Ember armor useless. So true. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Is I'll read a section of the patch notes and then go in game to talk about the relevant parts of that section. That's probably the best idea. All right, let's get started here. We'll get cooking. Yeah, I think for the meter stuff, I'm not going to read all that out because it's just faster to show people exactly what I'm talking about. I already have the footage in game, so I'm not really too, you know, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. There's also a slash meter. That's pretty interesting. Alright. Let's get started then. Take off my headphones so I can actually, like, think. Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Skyblock News. I'm your host, Aurelius, and today we'll be going over Skyblock Update 0.21.1, which includes the Experimentation Table RNG meter, among other changes. Before we begin, I just want to say, please make sure to like and subscribe down below if you enjoy the video, and use code RAIL on the Hypixel store for 5% off your order. Without any further ado, let's get started. Dude, I am cooking. Did you hear how good that sound? Oh
was
my
very
god.
clean.
I'm cooking. Alright. We'll do this now. Starting off today, we will begin on the Hypixel forums where they talk about what is included in this update, and notably there is the Experimentation Table RNG meter, the Abandoned Quarry, and a small pest patch. It's a pretty varied update, so they have different spoiler tabs for pretty much everything they're talking about. We'll also be going in-game to discuss some of these features. To start off with the Experimentation Table RNG meter, it has been added to the game, and players have been given 10% divided by 1,000 of their enchanting XP as retroactive progress. You basically can divide your enchanting XP by 10,000. I don't know why they talked about it like this. The meter contains all rare and ultra rare books, as well as physical items, such as the Metaphysical Serum. They've also adjusted all rare and ultra rare books to now have 5 weight in their respective loot tables. They removed some of the basic and advanced books from the experimentation table and replaced them with various amounts of enchanting XP, and also the amount that you get at the end of the minigame has been reduced to account for this. They've also basically moved a few things around, so Bane of Arthropods, Critical, Thunderlord, Vampirism, and Lethality have been just kind of moved around in terms of where they need to be in the loot pool, which I guess makes sense. And they also added end cap enchantment items like the Golden Bounty and a Beginner's Guide to Pest Hunting to the ultra rare book pool. They've also added the various different dyes to the RNG meters, so you have like Jade dye, Mocha dye, Brick Red, etc. You can get pretty much all of these in the RNG meter, and we'll be going in-game to talk about those. Also, lastly, you can now get Luck 6, Looting 4, and Scavenger 4, and you can get those at Einery now instead of from the rare book loot pool. Alright, that was fun.
Sound good to me?
I already talked about a lot of it in game. I didn't go over specifically the meter, so I think I'll do that. Hold on, let me do that. How's everything? Everything good? Everything is fine. Yeah, 10% divided by 1,000, which is effectively dividing by 10,000, right? Because if you multiply something by 0.1 and then you divide it by 1,000, you are basically just dividing it by 10,000. So yeah. Opening up the RNG meter and heading over to the experimentation table section, we can see pretty much all of the enchantments that you can get. The tier 6s, or the rare equivalents, are at 150,000 in terms of the amount of XP you need, and the ultra rare ones are at 500,000. So as you can see, I have 19,000 experimental XP. I got about 2,000 from doing the minigame before. It wasn't a crazy good run, but it wasn't a terrible one either, so that's what you can reasonably expect. Also, as you can see, Titanic experience bottles are a lot less, same with the Metaphysical Serum, Experiment the Fish, Respite 3 is at the normal price, and pretty much everything is at the normal price too. Golden Bounty, by the way, is counted as an ultra rare item, so that is the 500k. I believe the Beginner's Guide to Pest Hunting is also counted in that tier, so keep that in mind. Okay, that was fine. Heading over to the Slayer sections, we can also see pretty much all of the dyes. They're counted as 75 million progress needed in order to get them, but for Sangria dye, you only need 750,000, which is, reasonable. If I also go over to the Catacombs section, you can see that there's Necron dye here, which you need 4.1 million for, and there's also Livid dye, which you only need 97,000 for. This is kind of interesting. I personally believe this to be a bug. I would not be shocked if it didn't release like this. But yeah, Livid dye is here at 97,000. Okay, that's done. That's pretty much it in terms of experimentation table RNG meter. I don't really have much else to say. So warp mines. I'll probably just, I'll go back to the thingy and do that the normal way. Okay. This next section is pretty interesting. We have the Abandoned Quarry. They've added a new location to the Dwarven Railroad system, the Abandoned Quarry. They've also added a new pure ore, which can be found within this quarry. It's called Dwarven Quartz. They've also added a new early game sea creature, the Mithril Grubber. It can be fished up starting at fishing level 6, and when killed, it drops varying amounts of mithril powder, depending on whether the grubber was small, medium, large, or bloated. They added an Abaphone contact for Brynmore. This can only be obtained by ringing him or giving him the Speckled Teacup, an item fished up as a treasure in the Abandoned Quarry. They've added a new NPC, Broman, to the... Oh, actually, no, it's Bowman, not Broman. My bad. Unlucky. That's the first time I've made a significant mistake though so far, so I'll definitely take that.
Yippee!
Yeah, you can pretty much fish for powder. This is alpha. It's not out yet. Don't worry. Unlucky. Yeah, this happens like all the time. You guys should listen to like my normal... Normally I'm actually a lot worse at this, and I have to take way more retakes. I think the pressure of like 350 people watching me is like making it easier. So thank you. Appreciate it. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just making sure you're good because you're getting
Yeah,
texts.
a little bit.
All right.
Cool.
This next section is pretty interesting. They've added a new location to the Dwarven Railroad system, the Abandoned Quarry. They've also added a new pure ore, which can be found within the quarry called Dwarven Quartz. They've added a new early game sea creature, the Mithril Grubber. It can be fished up starting at level 6, and when killed, it drops varying amounts of mithril powder, depending on whether the grubber was small, medium, large, or bloated. They've added an Abaphone contact for Brynmore. This can be obtained by bringing him the Speckled Teacup, an item fished up as a treasure in the Abandoned Quarry. They've added a new NPC, Bowman, to the Dwarven Tavern. You can talk to him, and he basically talks about the quarry. They've also added a new NPC, the new guard for the Abandoned Quarry. Alright, let me head in game and do this section. As you can see, Bowman is definitely having an amazing time sitting on this table and just going absolutely crazy. If you click on him, he basically talks about the quarry, which you can access by going over to the railroad system right here and getting a minecart. It does cost quite a bit, so keep that in mind, but off we go. Once you're over at the Abandoned Quarry, we can see that it's not a very huge area, just including one little section and the fishing area down below. This is where you'll get your mithril grubbers. If you head outside the area, though, we can see it connects to some main areas within the Dwarven Mines. If I head up this side, for example, you can see that it connects over to the upper mines. There's also another connection from the other area. If I fly over this way, take this little railroad thing by the Far Reserve, you can see it also connects to the Abandoned Quarry right above the fishing area. If I go into my sea creature guide, you can also see that there is some references to the Mithril Grubber, and he does have a bestiary as well. So if I go there and go to the fishing section, we can see, hold on, if I can find him, there he is. We can see what they actually drop. The base tier one basically just gives you 50 to 250 mithril powder. The medium one gives you 250 to 500, the large one gives you 500 to 1,000, and the bloated one gives you 1,000 to 5,000. And on the sides of this area is where you would normally see a bunch of the quartz. However, it seems like alpha is being alpha, and there's no quartz to be found. Okay, that's pretty much everything from that. Yeah. And then small pest patch, and that's really about it, right, guys? I'm not missing anything else, am I? Like, I don't think there's anything here, like, that's super interesting. And speaking to this guard doesn't really... I don't know, not really exciting. He just tells you how they work, pretty much. So, nothing crazy there. Is there anything I'm missing? I'm going to talk about Hab Tactics, by the way, in the last section, because there is that, you know, last section where they go over the regular updates and stuff. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Hab Tactics is separated. I'll probably warp to my garden for this. I don't really think a lot of this is going to be shown in game, though. The garden stuff is all very, not rhetorical, but it doesn't really matter. Like, I can go in game and show you there's a button to release all pests now, but, like, who cares? You know, wow, big whoop. Anyway. For this next section, we have the small pest patch. They've added the pest hunter's cloak. Oh wait, actually, I'm not actually showing the proper thing. That is my fault. That is my mistake. My bad. There's a plane flying overhead. Hydrate? Okay, I'll hydrate. I'm a little hopped up on sugar at the moment. I apologize. Guys, who doesn't love another mining update? That's all I'm saying. Alright. For this next section, we have the small pest patch. They've added the pest hunter's cloak, pest hunter's necklace, and pest hunter's belt to pest hunter's wares. They've also added NPC sell prices to the following items: the wriggling larva at 250,000, and they increased the squeaky mouse mat from 100k to 1 million. They've also added it to the museum. They've also done a bunch of quality of life updates and balancing here. Most notably, they've added a button to make it so that you can release all pests at once in the little pest trap things, which is fine. They've also buffed the dung guy's drop chance from field mice to 1 in 50,000. They made it so the field mouse now gives 1.5x the crop drops of other pests. And they've also made pest spawn cooldown additive instead of multiplicative, and shifting around a bunch of numbers here. So the optimal setup now looks like this, which is the gloves, the pest vest, the gloves, which they actually have listed twice, and they also wrote pest hunter's bed, which I assume means the belt. So in reality, it would be the gloves, the necklace, the belt, the vest. I don't know. Oh man, hold on.
The gloves.
They wrote it. They literally wrote it twice.
Why
Why did look at this? What I was reading it on first glance, and I was like stuttering because I was like, that doesn't make any logical sense. But no, they just wrote it as gloves, vest, gloves, bet.
Just read it like that.
So true. So true,
That
guys.
was really funny. They made that section really difficult for you.
Yeah, dude, what? Go.
Gloves, vest, gloves, bet.
That's crazy.
Gloves.
So true.
That was really funny.
Oh my god, I'm exhausted.
That one section killed it.
That double gloves combo is crazy. Okay, let's get back to it, I guess. Ugh. Next up, we have the small pest patch with a bunch of new additions and quality of life features. Notably, they've added the cloak, the necklace, and belt to pest hunter's wares. This is just new stuff that you can get. They've also added NPC sell prices to the wriggling larva at 250,000, and the squeaky mouse mat has gone from 100,000 to 1 million. They've also added the squeaky mouse mat to the museum. In terms of quality of life and balancing, they added a release all button to pest traps, which is pretty cool. They've also made it so that you can't use swords in the garden, which includes things like the daedalus axe. Sorry to people who were doing that. They've adjusted the strawberry dye's drop chance from all crops to 1 in 50 million. They've buffed the dung dye's drop chance from field mice to 1 in 50,000. They've also made it so the field mouse now gives 1.5x the amount of crop drops as other pests. And they've basically made some changes and shifted around a bunch of numbers in terms of the pest spawn cooldown. The optimal pest CDR setup now looks like this, which by the way isn't accurate at all because they have gloves listed twice and they have pest hunter's bet, whatever that is. I assume they meant the necklace, the belt, the gloves, the vest, the squeaky reforge, and the pest eradicator perk, leading to a 65% pest cooldown reduction. Pretty interesting stuff. Hello, oh my god, I loaded in game and someone was literally staring at me. Jump scare, dude. Oh yeah, and for reference, before people lose their minds, yes, I am right. You cannot use your daedalus axe in the garden anymore. It is not counted as a farming tool, so sorry to the people who were doing that. Alright, that's done. Other changes and bug fixes. Okay. Lastly, we have a bunch of other changes and bug fixes. Notably, they've added a new secret achievement to the Rift. They restore the player's health after fighting Sun Gecko. They added skill experience for mining and farming resources in the Rift. They fixed chrono pickaxes not working on living metal ore despite claiming to. They fixed breaking living metal ores with the wrong tool spawning unmineable blocks around it. They added a combo counter in the action bar for Puffs in the Rift. They reduced the loot share from Puffs from 100% down to 10%. They fixed trophy fish chance not working as intended, which basically means that if you were unable to get it before by not having any trophy fish chance at all, well, now you can. They've also added a new item, which I'll show off, the Terra Shell Necklace, to prevent trophy fish from being caught while wearing the item. They've made it so the lava immunity effect of Ember Armor has been added to Magma Lord Armor, which I know will make a lot of people very, very happy. The radioactive vials drop chance has been increased by quite a bit, from 0.3% to 0.5%. They reworked Habanero Tactics, and by the way, I'll just say it, it's not very good still. They fixed bow shots increasing stacks on Crimson Armor. Magic damage now increases stacks on Hollow Armor. They reduced the particles of various mobs in the Crimson Isle, and they fixed being able to increase stacks on Crimson Armor by hitting another player. There's also some bug fixes here, but they're not the biggest deals in the world. Alright. Let's head in game. Hello, that person's still staring at me. Jump scare, man. I mean, Hab Tactics is fine, but why would you use it over Legion, is my point. Anyway. Yeah, I used the Rainy 75 keyboard. I wanted to show the Terra Shell Necklace. So here's the Terra Shell Necklace. As you can see, it's a bunch of red sand cubes and also mycelium cubes and a little bit of gazing pearls. And as you can see, you can no longer catch trophy fish while wearing this necklace. It actually doesn't have terrible stats either, so that's pretty interesting. Also, if I go over to Hab Tactics, or just Hab, we can see that it got a little bit of a change. You'll deal more damage with Slayer weapons, you'll gain combat wisdom with Slayer weapons, and you'll heal more from wands. I still don't think this is that crazy though, especially considering how strong Legion is as a perk. I imagine some people might want to use this, but is it really worth it? I don't personally know. I would love to see this continue to get developed and continue to get changed, but please leave your thoughts down below. What happens if you use both the necklace and the trophy fishing set? Probably won't get any trophy fish, because the item makes it so you don't get trophy fish. I mean, if you're using both, you probably don't get either trophy fish or sea creatures, so you just get treasure, or like whatever else can drop, which I don't think matters that much. I mean, it might be cool for a gimmick, but yeah. You know, I don't think that that's just the biggest deal in the world. Makes you only catch sea creatures? No, it doesn't. It makes you... Yeah, it doesn't make you only catch sea creatures. It makes you not catch trophy fish, so you can get treasure. Yeah. Hey, Joe, thank you so much for subbing at tier 1 on Twitch. I didn't even notice that 6 minutes ago. My bad, man. I'm just, like, completely all over the place today. Alright, I'm just gonna do the wrap-up then, and then we're done. Experimentation table stuff, I showed off a bunch. I'll have the video out in literally, like, 20, 30 minutes at most. I'll be editing everything together and then posting, so everyone will be able to see that. Can you check Vincent with strawberry dye? Yeah, I could do that. It's 1 in 50 million now, though, isn't it? From, like, all drops. Where is strawberry? 1 in 150 million. Is that bugged? It's supposed to be 1 in 50, yeah. It's not updated. Cobra. Cobra, go bug report that. You can get a game breaker. True. Real. When will this update get released? If I had to guess, next Tuesday. It already looks done to me. Honestly, they probably could have just released it on main without much issue. I don't really think any of the bugs in this update are significant at all. I've only seen like a couple typos. That's it. Someone dropped Celeste die on Alpha. Aren't the rates way higher on Alpha? Isn't that how that like works? You okay, Jen?
Yep, sorry, sniffling.
What are you drawing? Oh, you're doing the hats. Yeah. Alright. Past changes could potentially be really bad. I mean, true. I don't think it matters much. I don't care about past changes. Hi, 15H. How you feeling about the update? He's probably liking it, I think. What if he isn't? What if he's like, I actually hate this update. This update sucks. What do you dislike about the update? Nothing, really. I think that Hab Tactics could have been a little better, but whatever, you know, I'm not that upset. It's alright. I would love to warp to my island, man, just so I could do this outro. Dang it. Fine, I have to go to the mines and do an outro there, whatever. Pest meta is dead now. Metas change all the time. Plus, they're working on another garden update eventually anyway, so it's fine.
Do pests really matter that much?
Yeah, they're pretty strong. Alright, let me do this outro. Overall, Skyblock 21.1 seems to be a very solid addition to the game, including a lot of features players have been requesting for a very long time now. Personally, I'm most excited about the Experimentation Table RNG meter and the new area within the Dwarven Mines. Hopefully, though, we don't get another mining update anytime soon, looking at the Glaciite fishing update. At the end of the day, though, my name's Dorelius. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and look to the future, fellas. I'll see you then. That wasn't great. My voice cracked, or not cracked, but broke, kind of.
That sounded good.
And then my voice kind of... Did you guys hear that? Towards the end, I got caught on my words. It wasn't a voice crack. It was, I don't know. I'm not actually on the stream, guys. Trust. A bit, no.
I didn't hear anything.
Stuff like that happens all the time in videos. I didn't notice anything. Okay, then I'm fine with leaving it like that. I'm not actually leaving, guys. Trust. Not just yet. We love it? Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys being very kind. Not that deep, though, yeah. It wasn't a full voice crack, so I'm okay with it personally. Although my voice is very tired. Okay. I guess I'll just start editing it together. That should be fine. Maybe I do end stream then. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I end stream? Kind of went over everything in the update, so people here over the last 10 minutes who just showed up were able to get the full gist of things. I just don't know what I would... I mean, if I keep streaming, there's nothing really extra to show off. So, yeah. I will be live tomorrow, by the way. Not on Alpha. I'll be live on Main. Doing some stupid stuff. Whatever I usually do. Is that any good? The update? Yeah, I would say the update's pretty good. Show pest gear? Oh, yeah. Good point. That's a great point. I'll include this. Just end it, lol. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, let me include the new Pest Hunter stuff. As you can see here in the Pest Hunter's Wares menu, we can see the full set of equipment associated with it. Alright, that's fine. Yep, I'll probably wrap up here. I appreciate everyone for hanging out today. Make sure you like and subscribe, and head over to the Twitch channel if you want to go follow along there, or follow in general. I do a bunch of things over there. Notably, I do profile reviews, which you can redeem and all that. So, yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out today. I had a great time. The update looks solid. I appreciate everyone hanging out at all. You guys are awesome. The trophy fish stuff is fixed, by the way. They're gonna have it fixed for main. So if you were unable to trophy fish because of whatever reasons, you'll be able to now. So don't worry about that. Starter lava rod will probably be fixed. Spawn rates max 57 seconds to 105 seconds. I mean, it's not as good, but whatever. You know, that's just how it's gonna be. They didn't want you to be able to spawn pests so frequently. Alright. Anyway, yep. Bye-bye. Have a great day, everyone.